When flying the DJI Avata, it's inevitable at some point you're going to have a crash, especially as a beginner. Maybe you're trying manual mode for the first time, or maybe you're starting to push the boundaries by flying lower to the ground or through narrow gaps and spaces. The great thing about this drone is that it can take a few knocks, but if you crash somewhere in a dense area such as a forest or somewhere with tall grass, or you crash somewhere far away from yourself, you may find this drone hard to find and locate. So in this video, we're going to take a look at 5 ways you can recover a lost DJI Avata and get flying again quickly. Let's jump right in. Now, before we take a look at 5 ways you can recover your lost or crashed DJI Avata, I just want to say a big thanks to today's video sponsor, which is Wirestock. Using the DJI Avata and flying FPV allows you to capture lots of epic drone clips. And the awesome thing is you can sell this footage as stock and make a little bit of side income. Wirestock is a service that helps you do just that and sell your drone clips easily. Once you have your drone clips, you can cut them down to between 5 and 60 seconds. You then upload it to their service and they distribute it to all the major marketplaces. You can use easy submission and they will go through and add all the metadata for you. This is really useful because it means you can focus on getting great footage, edit it, upload it, and let Wirestock handle the rest. The best thing about Wirestock is that you don't need multiple accounts on all the stock agency websites. You have one account and one dashboard to track everything, and this shows you how many downloads you have had and the earnings. Another really nice feature of Wirestock is that you can create a beautiful portfolio and use this to sell your stock directly to potential buyers by sending them the link to it. So if you want to start selling your drone footage as stock, head to the link in the description where you can get started with Wirestock today. Let's start with camera view before loss. So let's paint a scenario. You're flying low to the ground, getting a really dynamic, awesome looking video clip, and then all of a sudden you clip something and the drone flips over and it lands in a dense area with tall grass or bushes. How are you going to be able to find this drone? Well, this is where camera view before loss comes in super handy. In the settings under safety, if you scroll down and go to camera view before loss and select it, you will be able to watch a 30-second cached video of the last flight. You can watch this in its entirety or scroll through towards the end and play it to try and determine the area your drone was when it crashed. You can also tap to pause the video and look for identifying features in the surrounding area, and using this you should be able to find either the exact location of the drone or the rough area that the drone was when it went down to be able to go and try and recover it. Now, if camera view before loss takes you directly to where the drone went down and you're able to get it, fantastic. If it takes you to the rough location your drone was, this is where the next method comes in super handy, and that's ESC Beeping. If you know the general location your Avata crashed, but you just can't quite locate it, ESC Beeping is going to help you with an audible tone to help you go and recover the drone. By going into the safety settings menu and turning on ESC Beeping, the drone's motors start pulsing and it starts making a loud audible beeping sound. This can also be activated by using the controller, and by default a single press of the C1 button triggers ESC mode. Then you should be able to hear this drone beeping and be able to walk around and find this drone. It will make this beeping sound every few seconds until you turn off ESC beeping mode, and so this will help you to continually walk around until you pinpoint where the sound is coming from and be able to retrieve the drone. We can also use the flashing and beeping mode within Find My Drone on the DJI Fly app. So another way you can activate this beeping is by attaching your phone to your goggles using the Type-C connection and then using the DJI Fly app. Now you get a Type-C to USB adapter with the DJI Avata, and then you can attach your phone's charging cable to this and plug it into your phone. You will want to download and open the DJI Fly app when your phone's attached to your goggles, and then by going into Profile and selecting Find My Drone, you will see the option to enable flashing and beeping. Again, this will start the Avata beeping, and this can be used to locate it. However, within this Find My Drone feature, you get the fourth, and in my opinion, the most useful feature when trying to locate and recover your drone, and that is a map with the current position of the drone if it's still connected, or the last recorded position of the drone before it lost connection. On the bottom left of the map, you'll also see coordinates for the last recorded position of the drone. You can zoom in this map for more detail, and the map also shows you your own current location in relation to the drone. This means as you walk around on the map, you'll see if you're getting closer to where the drone is or if you're getting further away. If you want to use satellite images on Google Maps, for example, you can also select Use Other Maps and select Apple or Google Maps. This will put the same information into them apps, and so you can use things like satellite images for working out where exactly your drone is. Using Google Maps, you can also generate directions to the recorded position of the drone to help you find the best route there. Also, if your drone is still connected, you can select a live video feed from the drone's camera, and this should help you see any identifying objects that the drone can see, so that if you see them in real life, you'll know that the drone is over there. And all these options should be able to help you go and recover your drone if you crash it and are struggling to find it. Now, the last option I want to talk about is turtle mode. Now, turtle mode is super useful if you're flying low to the ground, you accidentally clip the ground, and the drone flips over and lands upside down. This might also be because you're trying to land in manual mode, or you just clip something whenever you're landing and the drone lands upside down. Instead of having to take the goggles off and walk over to your drone and flip it over, if you go into the control settings and select turtle mode, or use the custom button mapping on the controller, which by default is a double press of the C1 button, the drone will quickly use two propellers to flip itself back over the right way up so that you can start flying again quickly. Now, this is really useful for them light crashes, or as mentioned, if you have a bad landing and the drone flips over. However, I would personally recommend if you have a bad crash to go over and inspect the drone first before trying to use turtle mode to flip it over. The reason for this is if you have a bad crash and something's broken the drone, so maybe one of the propellers is broke, or maybe you've landed and there's like a twig or something sticking through the prop guard. If you use turtle mode and then propellers start spinning, you maybe will do more damage to the drone. So if you suspect you've had a bad crash, I recommend you go over and inspect your drone first before using turtle mode. That being said, for the light crashes, it's super useful because you can flip your drone over the right way and start flying again really quickly. So there you have it, 5 methods for recovering a lost or crashed DJI Avata. Hopefully you never have to use them methods, but if you do, it's really useful to know that they're there and how to use them. Now, before you go, if you've liked this video and you've learned something new, please let me know by giving me the thumbs up and clicking that like button down below. If you love all things drones and want to know how to take better photos and more cinematic videos with your drone, then I recommend you check out my channel, where I have a ton of other content to help you level up your drone game. Make sure to click subscribe and make sure that notification bell's on so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you want to stick around and see a few more of them videos now, here's a few I personally recommend. I'll not keep you back any further. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you over there.